I love Spider-Man a lot. He has been my favorite superhero since I knew what a superhero was. I have seen almost every incarnation of the web slinger. So, that means I have seen a lot of web slinging sequences. And usually, they are good. The Raimi movies have the Spidey cam and Danny Elfman music. Amazing Spider-Man 1 has that good mix of stunt doubles and CGI. And Amazing Spider-Man 2 has that chest camera thing and some really good CGI. All these movies have what I call web-slinging moments. That point in the film where we are mostly just here to look at Spider-Man swing around for about a minute or two. I do like these sequences to a certain extent. When I was little, I would pretend I was shooting webs by matching up my movements with the screen. But I stopped doing that because the scenes just became good when I got older, not anything I wanted to copy. By the time the Amazing series came out, I just let those scenes wash over me. I began to think the only way I could feel exhilaration through web slinging was through playing video games, and the movies would just have to be good movies. But then, Into the Spider-Verse came out.
What makes you different is what makes you Spider-Man.
And I was 8 years old again. This is one of the best web-slinging scenes ever, and one of the best Spidey things ever. Up there with Spider-Man PS4, Spectacular Spider-Man, and Spider-Man 2. This web-slinging scene has what the others lack. Personality. Well, there are other things that make this scene great, like animation, soundtrack, and emotional weight, but for the sake of this video, I'm just going to focus on the technical aspects. I can feel the character through his web-slinging. Okay, slight spoilers for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse ahead. I'm not saying any real plot details because a lot of this could be inferred from the trailer, but if you want to go in blind, just leave now. And if you somehow haven't seen Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, even though it's been out for like 2 months, you should probably get on that. It's got an Oscar thing coming. Okay, let's start the scene analysis. For clarification, this scene is at the beginning of the third act and Miles is now finally getting the hang of his powers, to a certain extent. How the web slinging starts is with Miles on the top of a building, and when he jumps, he causes some light collateral damage, which fits his disregard for collateral when he graffitis. And we get this beautiful short shot that I'm sure someone could make a short video of their own on. And we continue with his descent, with him kind of flailing around like he doesn't have complete control, but soon gains his footing. Well, as much footing that you can get in the air, and starts diving towards the ground. He flips around and lets his web go. What makes this part great is that Miles is putting himself in a situation that might not work. He is taking a literal leap of faith, which is what this scene is supposed to be. So, great theming. Also, it just looks cool. Then we cut to the next part, which shows him getting the hang of swinging. Like right here, when he tries to swing but is too low to the ground, so he just starts running to keep up momentum. Then tries to swing up but almost hits a truck. Now, after narrowly avoiding that, he tries to swing again, but can't find a good angle, so he starts jumping on cars to keep his momentum, as if he was trying to find a good way to get high up again. He sees a pole, uses it to launch himself to higher levels, where he stays for the rest of the scene. He woos, which is really standard for Spider-Man, and keeps getting higher and higher and higher, then decides to run alongside a building just to web zip to another building he can run on top of, and jumps to the next one, and then finally stops. Now, what does this say about Miles? It shows that he is a daredevil, even more so than most Spider-Men. He would prefer to do something risky than to play it safe, like the initial jump off the building and jumping from building to building. He doesn't care about collateral, as seen by the glass shattering, jumping on multiple cars, and running on glass windows. And that he is new at this, shown by his failure to stay in the air, which leads to his almost run-in with Truck Coon, and his failed webbed attempt afterwards. All these are just from a web-slinging scene. Now, this isn't to bash Raimi or Webb for not doing this, because their scenes are good. I mean, Webb used a little bit too much slow-mo in that final swing from Amazing Spider-Man 1, and the swings in Raimi kind of feel the same if you watch Spider-Man 1 and 2 back to back, but there is personality with the black suit in Spider-Man 3, it just looks a little more aggressive when he swings. And the Webb Spider-Man likes precision more than long swings. But nothing as major as the scene when Miles becomes Spider-Man. I know this is a dumb little video, but I felt really passionate about this movie, and I have only seen it once, so I can't write anything on it, and everyone has already said what I want to say in their reviews anyway, so saves me time. But this is one thing that I noticed that no one seemed to mention, so I took it and ran with it, before some other guy with a microphone did it. But I hope one of you guys at least appreciate this perfect scene just a little bit more now. Bye. Okay, for those of you staying after, yay, I'm back. If you know me, I tend to just shut down around Christmas time every single time. I've been gone for a while because Christmas, New Year's, finals was the week before Christmas. There was a lot of things in a row. Then January, I just kind of shut down, had a lot of other things to deal with. But now I'm back, probably not consistently. I have not been working on the Sword Art Online video, just to be up front. So part 3 will come out sometime in March, most likely. So hopefully you're not waiting for that. But hey, I got a few videos planned, some things I want to talk about, even though they're a little bit out of date. But hey, at least I'm talking about something. See you next time.